Previously on Ballz.
And we're going over there right now to Michigan, where we catch up with Dustin, one of our expats. How's it going?
Great, Darren. How you doing?
All right, thank you. Still no camera on that thing of yours, eh?
Well, you know what? I have one here, but it isn't working properly. My internet is messing me around at the moment, so I thought I'd cut it and save the bandwidth.
No problem. That's cool. We hear you loud and clear. So now listen, I'm in Michigan. Gee, I've been watching a lot of CNN over the last since last night, and even leading up to it, and having a look at we know the scale and the size of Hurricane Sandy, and the fact that it spanned 16,000 kilometers, 1,600 kilometers, or 1,000 miles across. As we said, it would be the size of the 20th biggest country in the world, if it were a country. But it actually did reach Michigan as well.
The outer bands, if you look at the radar, the weather, AccuWeather.com is a great one. You know, a hurricane is a big circle, and the outer bands actually reached well across the Great Lakes, which covers the entire lower part of Michigan. Michigan is two peninsulas. The upper peninsula wasn't affected so much, but it actually reached up into parts of Canada as well.
Okay, so yeah, we did hear that. I mean, the upper reaches were just touching on Canada, and I mean those are the areas that would have felt the brunt of, especially of a lot of the wind and stuff like that. Now, was Michigan one of those areas that where the combination of the hurricane, the temperatures that of the hurricane and the hurricane conditions meeting the cold temperatures inland caused a lot of snow for you guys, or was it just basically a lot of wind and rain?
No, you know what? I don't have a lot of snow here. I sent you a picture on Twitter. I don't know if you looked at my car in the lot down here.
Yeah, I did see it there. It looked like a normal day, actually, Dustin.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit of white on top, but it's hard to see with the crummy BlackBerry camera I've got. But it's 34 degrees Fahrenheit here right now, which is probably near 1 or 2 degrees Celsius. So it's cold. It's definitely a lot colder than it should be this time of year. Last week it was nearly 80 degrees 3 days, and so it's definitely a big change from walking around in shorts and a t-shirt to bundling up for winter. The winds last night were gusting huge, and it was incredibly. I mean, just cut right through you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of damage on the East Coast. I jotted a bunch of notes down because I've been watching Fox News all morning, and I've got a TV on behind me. But
you're a Romney man.
Yes, I am. I'm definitely a Romney man.
You watch Fox, you're a Romney man. Yeah.
I watch Fox, but that's not the only reason why. But yeah, I definitely am a Romney man.
All right.
But New York and New Jersey, both states have been declared major disaster areas by the president. There's 34,000 people without power in the state of Delaware, which is a tiny state on the East Coast. You've been to New York City, haven't you?
Yeah, a couple of times.
The subways are closed.
Flooded. Yeah. They're
flooded out. Where the World Trade Center was, they're building a new tower there, and there's also a monument to the terrible day in 2001. There, it's flooded. Half the city was without power, and last night watching the live reports, they're driving around town and just to see New York City just blacked out. It was eerie. That happened back in 2003 when they had the huge blackout that took out several states here.
Well, they say that 75% of New York City residents and businesses have basically lost power. 75% of the city.
Yeah,
and that is a lot of people in a lot of places. Hey.
Yeah, they've actually brought crews up from the lower states, Louisiana, Florida, states like that, and probably from here in Michigan to send them to New York City to try and get power back for some of those people. There's a lot of people, and then normally people think that with a hurricane the temperatures are warm, but in this case it mixed with this upper winter storm cell coming out of Canada and caused colder temperatures. They're actually reporting almost 2 feet of snow in West Virginia, if you can believe that.
No, well, and literally kudos to the weather forecasters on CNN. I mean, these guys know exactly. They tracked it and called it perfectly. The way that the hurricane was tracking along through the ocean when it turned up the east coast, the eastern seaboard, how it was going to basically push all that water down the East River. And also through Long Island Sound, and where they were going to meet together, because one was trying to get out the East River, the other one was trying to get out Long Island Sound. They would meet in the middle, and that's what pushed that water level up so high. They called it absolutely right, and then also to the point of the snowfalls further inland with that cold temperature. So, it's kind of scary. It's almost eerie when you sit and watch TV in the hours leading up to this thing, when the thing's still coming. Even a thing like 9/11, you didn't know it was going to happen. I mean, literally, right. Suddenly this was all going down, and you were absorbing all of this disaster as it was happening. But there was this whole build-up and lead-up, and you got all these people standing at these various areas, journalists and reporters, as this was developing. It was kind of very, very surreal.
Yeah, no, absolutely right, absolutely. And then, of course, you've always got, no matter how many times the officials, the state governor, the president, they tell people, evacuate, get out, go, get on the bus and go. And they sit there, and they just, well, first of all, New York people have a sense of, hey, we're New Yorkers, man, we'll ride it out. Well, what are you, nuts? I mean, just go somewhere else. It blows my mind. But and then they realize, after the fact, when the water's rising, they're going to be up on the top of their houses and help us. And there is no police officers, no firefighters that are going to come and do it because they can't. It would put them in tremendous danger. So, it blows my mind. But you're always going to have that percentage of people that just think no matter what, we're tough, whatever, we'll ride it out.
Ride it out. No, I mean, Governor Christie was saying in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, isn't he great?
Why he never actually, I was very disappointed he never ran for the Republic, because I think he would have, this election would have been done and dusted and sewn up if he was there.
It's not his time yet, but it will be. He'll get his time. He just said he's only been there a short time in New Jersey, and he doesn't want to disappoint. And I think he's, for a lot of part, I think he's great. He spoke at the Republican National Convention this year, and he's brilliant, I think.
Yeah, he is good. But he was talking, and he was just saying, despite all their pleas, he said there's still people that are sticking around. He says it's too late now. You cannot evacuate. Don't call us. We are not coming in to help you. I'm not sending our EMS guys in until tomorrow morning when it's daylight again and when this thing is through, until it's safe again. So, as you say, there's just so many people that are so stubborn or stupid and decide no, they're just going to stay there and hope for the best.
Yeah, and and he caught a lot of heat for last year when they had a huge hurricane hitting the New York, New Jersey area there. He caught a lot of heat for his press statement where he got out in front of the press and said directly to the people on the beach there. He said, get off the beach. You've maximized your tan. Go away. But he's absolutely right, and unfortunately, more people don't heed warnings like that.
Yeah. All right, so are things as we go, and I see that people in New York are kind of trying to get on with their lives already. Piers Morgan was actually just tweeting that it's amazing New Yorkers are a lot of them are sort of getting on with their usual daily routine. So things are starting to it's going to take a few days, if not weeks, to get all this sorted out. But people are trying to sort of get back to some semblance of normal life again, and the worst of it's over now, right?
Yeah, for the most part, the weather's over as far as that goes, but then you've got the aftermath of, like you say, you have to come back and you have to restore the infrastructure. You've got the power lines down, and of course, New York City is old, and there's a lot of parts of it that are, power lines above the ground and things like that come down in a storm. It's not, like the newer things where they put them underground. So, and then, of course, the subway, I don't know if you realize it, you probably do, you've been there, but there's a huge percentage of people in New York that do not own cars, and that is, for someone who lives in a state that's the automobile capital of the world, that's impossible to fathom, but I'm sure it is for you guys. But most people use taxi cabs or subways.
Yeah.
And with the subway system down, you just can't get there from here.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I would not drive a car around New York. I'm not brave enough.
Oh no! You'd have to have a gun and some other things in your pants, which I won't. But that's exactly right. So, hey, can I give a shout out to a couple people I know in Joburg there?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
I'd give a shout out to my friends BJ and Elaine there. They're listening right now. I told them to tune in, and they are there. So, what's up?
We'll look out for a listenership spike at 5:05.
27 minutes.
Dustin?
Spike of 1. No,
3. Yes,
Dustin, what's the feeling with regard to the marathon on Sunday? Do you really see it happening?
He's in Michigan, John. He doesn't care about the New York Marathon.
What's the talk?
It's New York. They'll find a way. That's how New York people are. They're nuts. They're not. hey, I know a lot of people out there. They're tough. They will find a way to do something. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but I have a good feeling that it will.
Yeah.
Do you know the one thing carry on with your shout-out, sorry.
No, go ahead, Simon.
No, the one thing that always fascinates me about these hurricanes and these tropical storms that batter the coast of the United States, when you check out Fox News and CNN and all that stuff, is that no matter how bad they are and how much rain they dump on the place, the traffic lights still work. They are the only things that still work in the city. We have one downpour here, and the whole of Joburg comes to a standstill.
Yeah.
No, you don't even need a drop of rain. The first clap of thunder or lightning, and that's it.
Everything
lights, power, everything gone.
Yeah. I was there when you guys had the petrol station strike a couple of years ago, and I just blew my mind. It really, I realized we were in Pumalanga, and I said to my wife, I said, we're not getting home back to your mom's, are we? We're stuck. I mean, now that's not a bad place to be stuck. It's beautiful, but it is only so much holiday you can take.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, this morning was a joke.
Yeah.
It took me 45 minutes on William Nicol to get from, I don't know if you know it, Dustin, but to get from Hyde Park Shopping Centre to the corner of William Nicol and Santon Drive.
That's down the road.
Robots out.
Yeah.
One robot out.
Because of rain.
Because of rain.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, even with all the robots working in New York City, you guys probably would still be amazed how long, like Darren said, you just do not want to drive there.
Yeah,
it just doesn't happen. You just don't.
The advantage is my stepbrother's works for the EMS in New York, so if I need to get somewhere, he just brings the one of the vehicles.
Well, hey, you know what I did once? I was in New York City. I got stuck on the Queens Bridge, and there was just traffic backed up for miles. I was driving. I lived in Connecticut. I was coming back to Michigan at the time, and there was a fire truck, FDNY engine, that was going lights and sirens to a call, and I got in behind him, and for miles I followed him and got right through the traffic.
You're lucky you didn't get arrested for that, because that's highly illegal, Dustin.
I'm thinking it might be, but I was a little bit crazier back about 10 years ago.
You need to come home. You need to come back to South Africa.
Oh, well, no, he's American. It's his wife that's South African.
I would come there in a minute. It's a beautiful place to live. But hey, just before there's a report from Queens too that 80 homes are on fire, and actually 80 homes burnt to the ground after the storm triggered a fire there. So I don't know if it was from electrical lines.
Transformer exploding. I believe I heard there was like transformers exploding and things like that. Yeah. Anyway, so that's Hurricane Sandy as it kind of winds down now and loses a bit of its power, the aftermath, as you say. And then both the candidates stopped their electioneering for the last couple of days. They were all basically pounding Ohio. Is Michigan one of those key states now, or is that pretty much done and dusted as going one way or the other?
Well, I tweeted you the Rasmussen report map. I don't know if you got to just look at it.
I didn't see the tweet. Can I take us off, Maz? I want to have a look at that tweet because I'll be interested. Yeah, because I'm in Michigan, obviously very much Obama now because of the whole auto industry thing, right?
Well, see that the thing about Michigan is, wish I had a cough button. Sorry.
We don't use one, so.
I'm sorry?
We don't bother with one, so don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Well, good. I don't have a fart button either, so I
there we go.
Anyhow, Michigan, the problem we have is we have two counties that are very much Wayne County, which is where the city of Detroit is, and then the county right next to it, which is Washtenaw County, and you have a huge group of very liberal people in those two counties. Wayne County primarily is where the auto workers are, and they tend to vote for the Democrat because the unions automatically start backing the Democrat no matter who it is. There's a lot of money there. There's a lot of backstory to that. If people would read what's going on and think about it, they might realize that the Democrat candidates really don't, care about the working people the way that they expect they do. But the interesting thing is, whether or not you know, of course, Romney was governor of Massachusetts, but his father in the 60s was governor of Michigan. And he is born and raised here in Michigan, and so there's a good possibility that Michigan will be a little closer than they're projecting. Ohio is very much up in the air right now. I'm looking at this map: Florida, Colorado. Although Colorado,
they call it Florida toss-up, but that tends to be going towards Romney at the moment.
Yeah, and so does Colorado, which really surprises me that on this Rasmussen report, which is the only real poll that I feel like is anywhere near accurate.
Is he a Democrat?
Rasmussen, no.
Okay. Just checking.
I think he leans more conservative, but he's very fair with his numbers, and he samples a good deal of people, which is not something you can say for all the other polls. So I have a feeling, though, that Florida will definitely go for Romney.
Virginia will go for Romney.
Yeah, Virginia, it will probably, it's a toss-up state on this, but it will be, I'm not sure how old this map is. I think it's very recent, but I think it's updated on a regular basis. California, of course, so that's kind of a write-off.
That's usually goes for them. I don't even know why they bother voting. Just give it to them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You've got, and then, of course, we got this crazy electoral college, but it works. So
I see what you do. If you put your mouse on the actual state, it tells you what the latest polls say. Ohio, it's saying Romney 50%, Obama 48%, and they're saying now that's the key one. So Florida, they're going Romney 50, Obama 48%. Virginia, Romney 50, Obama 47%. In Wisconsin, 49 is dead heat. Iowa, dead heat, 48-48. Colorado, they got Romney 50, Obama 46, so that's pretty more clear cut. And Nevada, Obama 50, Romney 48 as well. So, I mean, if they go the way the polls are looking at the moment, then Mitt Romney will be the next president of the United States.
And well, that's what I'm hoping. That's what a lot of people are hoping. I'm sure there's some people listening to this that would probably hope otherwise. But I'm hoping that a key thing about Wisconsin, and a lot of people were saying last year, this could be a very good indicator as to what will happen in the presidential election now. Scott Walker, the governor, is a Republican. Was elected a couple of years ago. He did some things up there to shake up the state, and he did a lot of things. There's a lot of waste up there as far as the unions and things and he went in there and he took some executive authority and said, hey, we're going to renegotiate these contracts with these working, with these public workers and whatnot, because we just can't afford to carry on going. Our budget does not support this. And so a lot of people got angry with that and said he's trying to break unions and he's trying to do this and he's trying to do that, and they actually recalled him, and he won by a bigger margin than when he first ran. And that's a toss-up state right now. It's, according to this, it's dead even, 49-49. So, and then New Mexico, I don't see how New Mexico ever goes for Obama. That really surprises me that it's a blue state, but...
Or maybe he did something there. Who knows? Anyway, those key ones looking very interesting at the moment. That's next week, the big election. And we appreciate your time, Dustin. Nice to catch up with you. Send regards to your wife.
Yes, will do. She's at work now.
South Africa says hello, and thanks for having a chat to us on Ballz Visual Radio today.
Hey, I've got a quick joke for Simon. Do I have a second?
And Johnny.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we'd love one.
Elaine Ramdas, is that one of your shout-outs, by the way, Elaine?
Yes, Elaine. Did she tweet you?
She's thanks to DM Kuderman. Or D. Makudaman for the shout-out. So there we go. She's, thank you very much.
That'd be me.
All right.
Yes,
okay, quickly, should we play the little intro bit?
Yeah, play
standard.
it. Yes.
It's not Johnny's one, but in place of Johnny today, let's just do this first.
Time for Johnny's Sports Talk. Please lower your IQ.
And in place of Johnny's sports joke, a much more cerebral joke now from Dustin, one of our expats.
I don't know about all that now, but in fact, you might really need to lower your IQ, baby, for this one. Tomorrow is Halloween here in the United States. I don't know if you guys celebrate it, but
it's getting bigger. Yeah. It's getting it never used to be, but it is actually quite big now.
Scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't a joke.
Are those your sound effects, Dustin?
No,
yes, Dustin's putting his own drum rolls in.
That's awesome.
Nice job. All right, here it is.
Thank God that wasn't the joke. Otherwise, I thought that was it. I was like, no, he's scared. Yeah.
Hey, John.
Yes, Dustin.
Yeah. Why? Do you know why it was impossible for the witch to get pregnant?
No.
Get ready with that drum roll.
Yeah.
Her husband had a Halloweenie.
Oh, beautiful, Dustin.
Lovely,
Dustin.
Oh, lovely. That's, that ranks as number one of anything we've heard on this radio station this entire year.
Yeah, you must
Best joke I've ever told you anyway.
join us for LOLs tomorrow.
Yeah, get on LOLs tomorrow. Who's on LOLs tomorrow, by the way?
I'm here all week. Bring a friend.
There's no LOLs tomorrow. That's it. It's gone.
No. For now.
That's gone. LOLs is gone. Finally, we've been waiting to get rid of it for ages. It's gone. Dustin, thanks a lot, bud. All the best.
No
and
problem.
yeah,
Thank you. Check in with me next week for election updates.
There we go. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. We'll touch base with you and see what's going down. Appreciate your time. Have a good one.
All right, you guys be safe.
Cheers, bud. Bye-bye.
Dustin.
Thanks, Dustin.
There's Dustin Miller joining us on Skype from the US. You can see him doing his own radio show somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe we should give him a show as well. From the USA.
From the
Dustin
USA.
Miller. Just
No,
put up his Skype.
we're
and off
handing
we
them
go.
out.
Yeah. There's another 10 to 12 show from the USA.
2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays to Fridays live on Ballz.co.za. Ballz.co.za.